Good evening. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure, Madam. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I want to welcome my fellow board members.
Good evening, Madam
Good
Chair.
evening, Madam Chairman.
I want to mention that Selectman Riley is recovering from surgery, and the board wishes her well. Welcome to our town manager, Mr. Scott Crabtree, and our clerk, Janice DeRose. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience and those watching at home, please note that this meeting is being recorded. Our first piece of correspondence is a citation to Sadie Tebow for her 100th birthday celebration. We want to congratulate Sadie. The board, all 5 of us, signed a citation for Sadie, wishing her all the best. Next, we received a letter from Flow Golf Lounge requesting a continuance from March 5th, 2024 to March 26th, 2024. What are the wishes of the board?
I'll make that in the form of a motion, Madam Chair.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Next, we received a letter from the Saugus Retirement Board, vote granting a cost of living adjustment. And I'll read this quickly into the minutes. Dear Honorable Board of Selectmen, on Tuesday, February 27, 2024, the Saugus Retirement Board voted to grant a cost of living adjustment to its retirees and survivors for the fiscal year 2025. The COLA allowance for a 3% increase on the retirement allowance up to a base of $18,000. The maximum benefit allowed is $540 a year. This increase will be effective on July 1st, 2024. Should you have any questions regarding this matter, please feel free to contact this office sincerely, Ann C. Quillen, Board Administrator. Can I please have a motion to accept this letter and put a copy of it in our
Madam
files?
Chairman, I'll make a motion we accept the letter, refer it to the file.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Serino's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. Next, we have citizens' comments. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the board this evening? Seeing none, is it 7:10? It's 7:04.
Madam Chairman,
Selectman Chicalini.
I would make a motion that we go out of order and we can go to the marsh restoration letter under new business.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. So Selectman Serino drafted a marsh restoration letter that we all have copies of. And Michael, would you like to speak on that letter and perhaps read it into the record?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Yeah, I know the board earlier talked about trying to revitalize that marsh restoration project that was killed several years ago. So I drafted a letter, and basically it's just a history of the proposals over the years, going back to 1988 when the Saugus Marsh was designated an area of critical environmental concern. Then in 2002, how that they did institute a plan. Secretary of Environmental Affairs Bob Duran instituted a plan for the Rumney Marsh to restore the acres, 50-plus acres over there of the marshland in Rumney Marsh. And again in 2005, Geosyntec Consultants developed a plan for coastal Massachusetts coastal zone management to restore the marsh, and that fell through the cracks. Then we fast forward to 2012, the Mass Department of Conservation and Recreation developed a plan to restore Winthrop Beach. Part of that plan was to also restore the 50-plus acres of marsh, and this marsh runs between Ballard and Bristow Street and runs along Eastern Ave. And that project got also killed. So it's basically a history of this. We had a meeting at the Italian Club in 2015 to go over the plan that the state was going to to institute, and the neighborhood was all in favor of it. So basically, it's a history, and we're asking that it be revisited again, and the marsh restored, because I think it would really have drastically helped the flooding that we experienced in East Saugus a month ago. First time in my lifetime growing up down there, the floodwaters always came up to the Italian-American Club. However, this last storm, it came all the way up to Bristol Street, Wickford Street, came in through Seagate Ave, Venice Ave, and I think if that really 50-acre marsh was restored, it would also provide the flood capacity for that area, and I think it would have drastically helped the flooding that recently occurred. So if the board doesn't mind, I'd like to send this off to Governor Healy, Senator Creighton, Representative Wong, and Representative Jessica Giannino to try to revitalize this plan again.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Sereno's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you, board members.
And I want to thank you, Selectman Sereno, for putting this letter together. I think it's important that the people in Precinct 10 know that we're very serious about the floodgate project, as well as marsh restoration, to try to alleviate some of the issues that they've had with the flooding. So thank you.
Madam Chairman,
Selectman Ciccolini.
given that it's 7:10, I'll make a motion that we go back to the normal order of business.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Ciccolini's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. So it is now time for our 7:10 public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Saugus Board of Selectmen will conduct a public hearing on the request of the Saugus Everett Elks, 413 Main Street, Saugus, Mass. 01906, to approve the change of manager to Christine Dale Hyde. Mr. Doherty and Christine, would you like to come up to the podium, please? And if you could please give your name and address for the record, that would be appreciated. You'll have to pull that down.
My name is Christine Dale Hyde. I live at 68 Hammersmith Drive, Saugus, Mass.
Thank you. And have you been an Elks member a long time?
16 years.
That's a long. And are you TIP certified?
Yes.
Do board members have any questions that they would like to ask this evening? Seeing none, this is a public hearing. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak either in favor or opposed to this application? Seeing none, what are the wishes of the board?
Madam Chairman,
Selectman Ciccolini.
I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Ciccolini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Selectman Ciccolini.
Madam Chair, thank you. I'll make a motion that we grant the request of the Saugus Everett Elks, 413 Main Street, Saugus, to approve the change of manager to Christine Dale Hyde.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Ciccolini's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Congratulations to you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you. Okay. Selectman Ciccolini, would you like to take something else out of order?
Sure. We can deal, I'll make a motion that we take Cedar Glen's request for the annual seasonal liquor license out of order.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Ciccolini's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. So we do have Cedar Glen request for their annual seasonal liquor license. They ask for this every year. Do board members?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just for clarification for the public. So typically, it's April 1st to November 30th, and it runs Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., Sundays, 11 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. And, you know, they must comply with all the regular rules and regulations surrounding a liquor license, even if it is seasonal.
And the last time we gave them hours, do you have that? Okay,
I do.
excellent.
That's Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 1:30. 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. and Sunday, 11 to 1:30.
Excellent. And I guess it expires on November 30th. of
November
this year.
30th, 2024, yep. So I'll make that in the form of a motion if there's no questions.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you.
Madam Chairman, we can continue if you want. I know the town manager has a couple of appointments.
And why don't we do that? Why don't we
Okay.
take
and
that
that'll
out of
just-
order?
That's in the same order that we're on, because it's right after Cedar Glen.
Absolutely. Hello, Mr. Town Manager.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes,
No,
we
but
can.
it's all right.
I have a couple of appointments this evening. The first is a reappointment to the Conservation Commission. I bring before you the name of Joan Fowler, 91 Denver Street, who will be reappointed to the Conservation Commission for the town of Saugus upon your confirmation. This appointment will take effect immediately and expire on June 30th, 2026.
Madam Chairman,
Selectman Sereno.
I'll make a motion that we approve Joan Fowler's appointment. Joan's been a long-time member of the Conservation Commission.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is
Yeah,
there further
sure.
discussion?
Term to expire June 30th, 2026.
Thank you. And that is seconded by the chair. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call vote, please, Janice.
Selectman Cogliano?
Yes.
Selectman Sereno? Hello?
Oh, yes, I couldn't hear you, Janice.
Can you hear me?
You know,
The light's on. Selectman Sereno?
yes.
Vice Chair Ciccolini?
Yes.
Chairman Panetta?
Yes. Motion carries 4-0.
The next appointment I bring before you is a reappointment for the Historical Commission. I bring before you the name of Thomas Dion, 34 Myrtle Street, be reappointed to the Historical Commission for the town of Saugus upon your confirmation. The appointment will take effect immediately and expire August 31st, 2026.
So moved, Madam Chairman.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none. Roll call vote, please, Janice.
Selectman Cogliano?
Yes.
Selectman Sereno?
Yes.
Vice Chair Ciccolini?
Yes.
Chairman Panetta?
Yes, motion
Thank you.
carries 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Town Manager, do you have anything else you'd like to report?
Sure, if you have a minute or two. I did want to, I think we talked about this before the winter came. The Belmonte, the courtyard in front of the Belmonte that we're gearing up now to remobilize the contractor to start the work there. Hopefully, like I think I talked about this last year, we were trying to put some benches in different areas there. The project became much bigger in the sense of trying to deal with the drainage issues. As you know, that area at Belmonte is quite problematic with the river flowing underneath the school. So that project became a little bit larger and more complicated, but we put designs together, put that out to bid, got a contractor on board, and weren't able to get that going before the winter, and we didn't want to jeopardize with the cement work and whatnot, so I had announced to the board that we had put that work off. They're remobilizing, and we've been in contact each week over the winter, but they should be starting that, I believe, March 18th. So then the student pickup and all that will just be, the schools will announce how they coordinate that again, because they're going to be fencing off some of that area out front. But March 18th, I think, is the target date to get remobilized in the area to get that project going.
Do board members have any questions? Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Not at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager.
Madam Chairman,
Selectman Chicalini.
make a motion that we go back to the ordinary course of business per our agenda and take on our 7:15 hearing.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. So now we are at our 7:15 PM public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Saugus Board of Selectmen will conduct a public hearing on the request of Fox Hill Yacht Club, Mr. Bart Bonapane, Commodore, 114 Ballard Street, Saugus, Mass., to approve a change of manager to Mr. Albert John Tamburino, Jr. Good evening. Your name and address, please, for the records.
Good evening. Albert Tamburino, 52 Sadler Street, Lynn, Mass.
Thank you for coming this evening. Have you been a member of the Fox Hill Yacht Club for a long time?
20 years.
That is a long time. And are you tip certified?
I am.
Do board members have any questions? Seeing none, is there anybody in the audience? This is a public hearing. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to speak either in favor or opposed to this application? Seeing none, what are the wishes of the board?
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Sereni's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Selectman Sereno.
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion we approve the request to change of manager to Albert Tamburino.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Sereno's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Good luck.
Good luck and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We did have a public hearing for 7:20 regarding a transfer of an all-alcoholic liquor license and common victual license and entertainment license from 44 Broadway Restaurant Group, doing business as Oy's Restaurant and Bar, 44 Broadway, Saugus, Mass., to Mr. Raymond Felidi, 58R Pulaski Street, Peabody, Mass., who was going to be the proposed new owner. We received a letter today stating that they wanted to withdraw. So is there...
Madam Chairman?
Yeah, it just says, I want to make sure that you received my message of withdrawing the license transfer application that was scheduled for my hearing tonight. Thanks, Dave. That's what we received today. Selectman Cogliano.
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion to let the petition grant them a leave to withdraw without prejudice.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Cogliano's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We are now, the town manager, Mr. Town Manager, did you have anything else that you wanted to share? Okay. Next, we have the Selectmen's appointments. The first, we have Mr. Dennis Gould requesting appointment to the Saugus Cultural Council, and it's a 3-year term, so his term would expire 12/31/26. Do I hear a motion?
Madam Chair,
Selectman Ciccolini.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Dennis Gould to the Saugus Cultural Council, and it would be December
31st, 2026.
12/31/26 expiration.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Ciccolini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Next, we have Ms. Vanessa Dellum, 5 Evergreen Street, requesting appointment to the Saugus Cultural Council. Do I hear a motion?
I'll offer that motion.
And that's to expire December 31st, 2026, and that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Cogliano's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. Next, we have Ms. Janice Jaros, 5 Wilson Street, requiring reappointment to the Cemetery Commission, and that's also to expire 12/31/2026.
I'll make that in the form of a motion.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Ciccolini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. And last, we have Miss Kathleen Giannetta, 41 Ballard Street, requesting reappointment to the Cemetery Commission, and that one also would be 12/31/2026. Selectman Sereno.
I'll make a motion that we grant the request to appoint Kathleen Giannetta to the Cemetery Commission.
Okay. To expire 12/31/26.
26.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Sereno's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. I want to thank everybody for stepping up, both the town manager's appointments as well as our appointments. It's important to have volunteers that care about our town serving in these boards and commissions. The next item on the agenda is members' comments, and I'll start with you, Selectman Cogliano.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Mr. Manager, just a request to you. The residents of Farrington Ave, 15 Farrington Ave, is looking to see if they can have a streetlight put on the corner of Tuttle and Farrington. There's an existing pole there, number 9, 147-9. If you could look into that.
Could you just give me that again? It's hard to hear you.
Sure. It's the residents at 15 Farrington Ave are looking to see if we can have a streetlight put on the pole. Pole's number 9, 147-9. It's on the corner of Tuttle and Farrington.
Sure thing, we'll take care of
Mr.
it.
Manager.
You're welcome.
And the other thing I have, Madam Chairman, is I'd like to commend Saugus wrestler Sam LaRusso for coming in 8th in the New Englands, and I would like to have the board invite him in and give him a citation at our next meeting if possible.
Absolutely. You want to make that in the form of a motion?
I would, thank you.
And that's seconded by the chair. Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Cogliano's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you, Madam
for
Chairman,
that.
that's all I have.
And would you please give the information to Janice so
Yes.
that she could reach out to him?
Yep.
Thank you. And Selectman Sereno?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chairman. I was wondering if the board didn't mind me sending a letter to Representative Wong and Creighton. The problem is there's 3 streetlights out on Linfells Parkway, which is owned by the DCR, and we had the manager's office call National Grid about 2 months ago, no response. So I was wondering if we could, I'd like to write a letter to Senator Creighton, where it is a state highway, and Senator Wong, Representative Wong, to see if we can get them lights fixed. I have all the pole numbers. I walk the area. It's pretty dangerous. The lights are right in a row, so it's pretty dark in that section of the Fells Way. Also, I'd like to announce that Saugus Action Volunteers for the Environment's offering a $1,000 environmental scholarship. It's open to all Saugus residents who are currently attending or will be attending a 2 to 4 year educational institution with the intent of pursuing a degree in the environmental field. And any applicants who are interested can download the forms and information. It's on www.saugus-save.org, and the deadline's April 19th. And then I'd just like to acknowledge we lost 2 beautiful women here in Saugus this week. Caroline Davis, wife of Bob Davis. If anybody knows Caroline, you could always see her in the refreshment stand at World Series Park, working beside Bob. And also Ruth Swanson, she was a co-founder of the Meg Building. I first met Ruth when I was inside the Meg Building, helping them paint the walls before I fell off the ladder. But Ruth's a great lady, very nice, probably one of the sweetest persons you ever want to meet. And we had a lot of fun there with Camp Ciccolini, Catherine Hollett, Ruth, Janice. We had a good time. So I just want to send my condolences to both of the families. And I believe that's it. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Selectman Sereno. Selectman Vice Chair Ciccolini.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to the manager, those few items that I had reached out to you on with the DPW, please send along thank you to the guys. They did. It's all taken care of already,
Right.
And I do appreciate it. The thing on Fairmount Ave,
Yep.
the thing down in East Saugus. So I appreciate the quick
Yeah, it
response.
seems to collect up in that area for some reason every so often.
Yeah, and not only that, they also did that pavement.
Oh,
which
great.
isn't easy considering
Yeah.
we're just coming out of winter, but they were able to deal with that. And one of the elderly women that live in the area, I see her in Dunks all the time, she was very thankful that they patched it because
Yeah.
she's afraid her car's old and all that, so I appreciate it.
I'm glad that they're responsive, and that's good to
Thank you.
hear. Good
Thank you for
feedback
that.
for them. Thank you.
All set?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Madam Chairman, I just wanted to make one more comment. I forgot all about it. Selectman Ciccolini and I were at a meeting yesterday with Senator, and the town manager with Congressman Moulton regarding the floodgate project. And I want to thank the Congressman and State Rep Jessica Giannino. She was there. We learned a lot of information. It seemed like, Jeff and I spoke, it seems like the Congressman was on top of everything, knew the issues pretty well. And the good news was he did talk to the rest of the federal delegation, all the congressmen and the 2 senators, Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey, and they're all on board with the floodgate project. So I want to thank them for attending the meeting yesterday. Thank you.
Yes, thank you both for attending. I also met with Tom Arsenault, who's his regional director. I spent quite a few hours with him. We first met for coffee. I talked about significant issues that we had in Saugus, and then we rode all the streets down Precinct 10, all the ones that flood. Peter Manukian joined us. We actually met with the elevator owner, Glenn, and we went to his business, and we talked about all the issues that he's been having with the flooding. So, it's clear that this board is very concerned about all the flooding issues that we have. I liked your quote in the paper, too, Selectman Ciccolini. I couldn't have said it better. It was perfect. I also want to echo my fellow board members. My sincere condolences go to Bob Davis and his family on the loss of his wife, Caroline, and Glenn Davis, who's a town meeting member. That's his mom. She was always there, very active in the town. Also, my sincere condolences to the Swanson family. Everyone knew Ruth, as well as Charlie Zapolsky and his family on the loss of his wife, Kathy. So we've had some losses here in Saugus, and on behalf of the board, our sincere condolences go out. Lastly, I wanted to mention that our next meeting is March 26th. So you can put that on your calendar. And I want to thank the town manager, as well as our building inspector, DPW, Board of Health. There's been an awful lot of various issues that have come to my attention and come to the board's attention. And the building inspectors, the DPW, the Board of Health, the town manager is always there to try to help us out. So I can just imagine how many phone calls they get in a given day, the number of phone calls that each one of us receives. So I want to thank you and your departments for all their hard work.
I appreciate that, and I think for the staff and the employees that it's nice to hear. I think a lot of times we get, as you know, many different issues and concerns. Some of those concerns can be alleviated in a day or two, and other things take a month, and other things are long-term planning, and some things incorporate capital infrastructure or whatnot. So we do the best we can do. We keep a running list, and my staff in the office, Jeannie definitely does a great job, and Christine, of trying to keep those issues and getting updates on those. So I'm sure the staff and employees appreciate the well wishes. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before the board this evening? Then I'll entertain a motion. Oh, wait, there's the last citizens' comments. Would one of you like to come before the board? With that said, would somebody please make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded by the chair. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed. Motion carries 4-0. Hope everybody has a great evening.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.